Mike Salinas out of San Jose, California, has his Scrappers team with Rob Wendland and Danny DeGennaro calling the shots, ready to see if they can get him qualified. Currently qualified in at the number, where's Bob Vandergriff qualified? 5 right now. You've had a great weekend so far in your car.
Well, yeah, if you take away the first run where we had a little bit of a problem with the engine.
Well, okay, we won't ignore that. We're of course going to show that.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thanks for the reminder.
I'm pretty sure you got ringing in your head there, under your ears from that. You don't need me to remind you.
No, it was a pretty good boomer.
Here's a look at what we're talking about, Mike. What happened on this run?
Well, you know, Bob, you mentioned you had a valve margin. Basically, it was a valve train problem, like firing the fuel in the manifold. And that was a pretty big explosion, knocking the ejector completely off of the supercharger. Your head went straight down. I'm sure you were looking at the belly band, weren't you, Bob?
Yeah, it knocked me pretty good forward, but we've had a few of those lately, and just one of those things. The rest of the motor was fine. The rest of the valve was fine. It was just one of those freak accidents, I guess.
How's the golf game these days?
Well, it's pretty good. We got some tournaments I've been preparing for and got to play up here Thursday at one of my favorite golf courses at Chambers Bay, which, you know, is hosting the U.S. Open next year. So it's a great golf course. It's pretty tough. I saw some of where they put the tees for the pros when they come back from the Open. All I got to tell those guys is they better hang on. It's going to be a good one.
One of the challenging holes. We'll get back with you, Bob, in just a minute. We're going to watch Mike Salinas and Ron Smith settle this top fuel thing perhaps right here. Did you see that 540-yard par 4? Mike, I know you don't play a lot of golf, but you know that's a monster, though.
They've never had one on the courses I play. The worst thing I got to deal with is that windmill.
Vandergriff used a driver and a wedge to get there. God, he's that good. Stat guy, more on this pair.
Ron Smith, Mike Salinas. Ron Smith racing with a heavy heart. His wife, Faith, passed away this March. Guys, they were married for 48 years. He says working on this race car has kept him busy to keep him from thinking about his late wife.
Of course, this race car used to be the Frankenfueler that Gary Scelzi had issues with, but it's since been replaced with an old Clay Milliken car back when he was driving for Peter Lehman. All right, here's the moment. See if Salinas can get in the field. See if Ron can hold on. .415.8, and Salinas will get at the number 15 position, pushing Ron Smith out. Heartbroken, tough way to go home today from Seattle.
And Jen Haddock, for her second race in a row, will be on the bum spot with that number 16 spot. And Tony Schumacher currently holds that number 1 spot. We can see a rematch of Denver.
You know, so much of our attention being placed on the points, and there is a battle for 10th also in top fuel. As you take a look at J.R. Todd, currently in that position. Bob, you look like you got a little bit of work to do to get up there. But with what I've seen out of your car, especially the last 2 passes, how confident are you that you can erase that deficit and claim 10th?
Well, we've dug ourselves a bit of a hole, but, you know, our car's qualified well at the last few races. We just haven't capitalized on it. In Denver, we had a great car, went to the semis. I thought I was going to win the race there, but Sonoma qualified good again, lost first round. So we need to take advantage of it. We need to make our own stuff happen at this race. You know, we're qualified well, but realistically, we need to win this race, at least get to the finals to give us a chance. And like I said, if we don't get in there, we haven't deserved it. We need to, you know, try real hard and make the best of our program this weekend to give us a chance. Because, like I said, it's been a tough season for us. It's far worse than I expected. I really had high hopes. So we need to make something of it the last part of the season for sure.
You know, Bob, not to pour salt on the wound, but something like yesterday with that explosion, how much does that set you guys back?
Oh, quite a bit. You know, those blowers are $15,000, and the manifolds and the injectors, and you know, just from a cost standpoint, it hurts. But like I said, the motor was fine. It's just one of those freak things. So we didn't change anything from that, and it came back and made a good run last night and a good run today. So we need to just capitalize on the fact the car's running good and go out there and win this race.
Hey, Bob, I found out yesterday that your wife, Marissa, actually made some runs in the Supercomp car, and she loved the experience. How has that helped you explaining why you love drag racing?
Yeah, she got a kick out of that. She was scared to death, and she'll be the first one to admit it. But by the time the second day came around, she had a blast, and she really has a much more appreciation for what's going on out here now and what's in the car. And I was really proud of her. She did a great job.
Right on board with Terry McMillan and Clay Milliken as Top Fuel Sports session continues. Gary?
Bob, when will we see Larry Dixon back as your teammate?
Yeah, he'll be back at Brainerd the next race and at Indy, and I guess it's 6 of the last 8. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to help our program quite a bit, and we're looking to get that car back on full-time next year.
About time to go to work, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for the time,
Let's
Bob.
root for the C&J Energy car this run.
Sounds good. Bob currently number 5 in the qualifying order. I know things can certainly change here, Mike, but he's talking about taking advantage of that number 5 position. So look down the qualifying order right now. If nothing changed, that number 5 effort would earn you a race with Antron Brown.